Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Leo, welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things and so much more. So this is part of my so much more. Doing these astrological horoscope readings, but readings that are just following really along the signs of each following along the It's interesting how I explain that. So there may be something that's like you're trying to explain, but not having the right words to explain it because it's like there is so much around you that you're so good at, Leo. So I feel like just taking a breath and, taking a breath and there may be this part of you that maybe really needs to sit down and figure out what it is that you want to do, be given, have in your life, or something like that while you're finding, because there are lots of different opportunities, or there's something rattling you where you may be feeling you're a little bit, say, pressured or not quite ready, you're not quite ready yet. However, I do feel like, there's that spirit of saying that for a good portion of you, you're more ready than what you think you are. There's a sense of procrastination here. So, so you say, try not to, well, and a spirit is saying, don't try not to. They're encouraging you to take, a bigger step forward and begin to take like a leap of faith. And I do feel like for some of you, there is someone there in the background that's wanting to help you in some way or form. So anyway, I'm just going to stop there and go back to my introduction. So I find myself going back to, saying some things that, like in the introduction of what I used to say in the beginning there. So there may be something that's coming back to you because this has come up with Cancer as well. So there may be at the moment where all the planets, how they're aligning, and that it's like with our star signs and that sort of thing, it's like, there's a lot of interesting energy out there. So you may be finding yourself, like with some skills that from the past, and some thoughts and ideas that are that were in the past that are starting to come forward. Okay, and it may be for a lot of you that you are more ready to do something along those same lines or similar, or it may be reminding you of something that you've put aside that actually, but there's a new idea that, okay, I need to go for it, okay, or I need to go for it. It could be whatever step that is for you. Take it another step. It could be just going into researching something. It could be like, bringing some of the tools that are around you, looking at what tools I need to do to begin to this process or into moving into this project or idea or whatever it is for you. So anyway, so I do a little bit of everything, going back to my introduction, and Spirit have got me doing, have encouraged me to be doing these, in the last couple of years. So anyhow, so I just want to also say thank you. It's going back to that, is say thank you very much to everybody for your thumbs up, likes, shares, comments, and also donations, and subscribing to my channel as well. So thank you so much for all of those. It just helps me to be able to get the energy out there, expand the energy that and the messages out there to those who may need to hear them or resonate with. It may resonate with them as well. So anyway, the other thing is I just want to remind everybody that these reads, the messages that come through are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. So check out what your other signs are. It may bring it more together for you. The other thing is that because some of it or all of it doesn't resonate, it may be more like right now. It may be more of a forecast for you, so something coming in the future. So like I say, just take what doesn't resonate and what doesn't at times. So the other thing is like I say, check out one of your other signs. If you don't know what your other signs are, then there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator in there, and it will work it out for you. And then you can check out your other signs. So this is for Leo, of course, and I've said that in the beginning. So Leo may be in your sun, moon, rising, and or Venus sign, sign in your chart. Okay, so that's what I mean by checking out the other signs. So today I'm going to use the Tarot Starman Tarot deck, and also the crystal spirits. The crystals have been jumping out to me lately. So unless I've been intuitively drawn to one, I will shuffle a card and see what card flips out from there. Okay, and also a variety of other decks, you know, that I'm not sure which one we're going to go to, so it may be just these ones today for you, Leo. So anyway, the first card that came up, that flipped out as I was shuffling away, tutoring away there, is the Princess of Cups. So most of the other decks, this is the Page of Cups. So the pages are usually about something new, you know, beginning something new, or some is coming into, you know, the next phase, you know. So like there's that goes up to the 10, and then there's that 9 is the completion of a cycle in some way or form. But then there's a 10, it's like that transitional page. It's like everything starts to, you know, come together in your mind or energy or whatever, all the tools, and it's like bringing it, but then and transitioning into this new phase of actually like doing it, you know, or the next phase of doing whatever it is that you're doing. And so the Princess of Cups pops in. And so, you know, there may be something going, because this is about, you know, emotions and feelings, the cups and that sort of thing. But it's also could be, you know, there may be some, you know, and when I'm talking about that is, it's usually to do with relationships with ourselves and or in relationships with ourselves and or others. Okay, so and it may be the whole three, because you know when we're processing something, it's always got to do with us as well. So it's like, but also bringing in the intuitive side as well as the creative side of, that's what the cups, the general theme of the cups is about. So there's a lot going on. There may be a lot going on with you, or had been a lot going on with you. And and maybe there's something has come to an end, but that's brought about this, or brought up some emotional stuff for you to work with as you're coming out of that transition. But there's the page is usually about somebody's coming to help you, basically. So the page brings in, or the princess pages usually bring in some sort of idea or help in some way. So with this one, I feel like there's more, there's something that you to do with emotion, the emotional side of things, as you are moving into this new phase of something that you've been working on or working through, and just so let them come through, okay? So I'm hearing there may be a new spiritual guide for some of you, but there may be a new earth angel as well as an angel, but there's somebody that's coming in that wants to give you a hand. So probably someone of a similar age or younger, being the page or the Princess of Cups is usually someone younger or younger than yourself, or young, that maybe comes in and says something or does something and just like brightens up your day or your energy. But it may be somebody, you know, that come in with some information, or usually it is some information or a helping hand with you in this situation, okay? And we'll just carry on, because then we have the Lovers, okay? So the Lovers, so there's a choice. The Lovers is about choice and love as well. So there may be some choices that you've got to make that this person can help you with. But I feel like it help you with, you know, in making a decision to move in towards, I'm hearing for a lot of you, a love situation. So some of you may be in a position where you may be releasing yourself of a love entanglement, I'm hearing. Or a love situation, and some of you may be walking, you know, towards one, or maybe going into one. So, and there may be a sense of unsurety, uncertainty in there, in either way. But for some reason there's some sort of support. But it really does come back to a choice, and it's about you weighing up your choices without too much emotional attachment to it, like not going in it, not making a decision or the choice based on emotional thoughts and feelings, okay, or impulsive for energies. That's where they're going with that. So usually there are emotions, you know, with the emotions, it's not a negative thing, but it's just in what context are they there, you know. as you're making these choices. So there are definitely some choices, but it also, the Lovers also talks to me about, being in love space or love energy with everything and anything as well that's going on. So there may be something that's going on around you, but it's maybe that you're just needing to send love energy anyway and not necessarily be involved with it. So some of you may be relieving yourself or releasing yourself from a relationship, and it's like, and you maybe still love this person, but not in love with this person or this friendship or whatever it is that is going on around you. Or there may be something else that's totally outside of a love relationship, but it's what they're talking about is just sending love energy anyway. So it may be that some of you are not so caught up emotionally as the other person. So this could be the other person that is has these emotions towards you as well. So just throwing that out there. But usually somebody when the page comes, they usually come with, like I say, wands is usually an idea, new ideas, and and that sort of thing. But for some reason I'm drawn to them. But the cups is about thoughts around something new emotionally, basically, in helping you through something. And maybe you haven't felt this emotion before as well, so this person has, and it may be you in a way that's going to do that, it's helping somebody else that is in a position like that as well. So then we have this Two of Swords, and it fell out in reverse. So for me, it's there's something about indecision with the Two of Swords when it's up the right way, or being of two minds or something. So, but it's about, but maybe you're feeling it with it upside down or in reverse. I'm looking. So don't be pressured by feeling like you have to make a decision going one way or the other way. This is about, like I say, this is about a choice that you need to make with clarity, with surety, and that this is what you want, basically. So it's not being pressured or in a rush to make a decision, but you need to make one. There is a sense of urgency about it in a way-ish, but it's like not, but this also taking your time in the sense of making sure that you're making the best decision for you, for your greater good, and for your greater good, really, but also for one and all in this at the same time in the background. But this is about doing the best thing for you, basically, at the end of the day. And because I'm hearing because you're the one that's got to live with it, basically. And these two here came out interesting upside down as well. They're they flew over that way. So I've just picked them up, and it's the sun and the alien. So the sun and the alien. Okay, so the sun. So there may be that sense of, that loss of hope and inspiration with the sun, or that's the star actually, but I'm kind of feeling the sun brings a lot of that, shining your light, and as well as the star for me. And I'm just going to double check with this one, because they have slightly different wording in here to me, and I just feel like I want to read out what it says in here about the sun. For you, because the message is, okay, so I celebrate the golden opportunities that life brings. That's what I wanted to say, the affirmation or the energy behind this card. That's why I really love these cards. So, and I haven't memorized them all yet, so I'm getting there. So this is, if I need to, I thank God for the book. So, so this is about these golden opportunities, but maybe, with everything going on, which is what this indecision is about, and moving whatever this relationship is, this lovers is for you, is this choice is that maybe you're blocking it for some of you, and through these thoughts and feelings of, of you holding off and, from things. So, and there are many golden opportunities, but it's not you have to try and take them all, do them all at once, is where I'm going with that for some of you as well, or where they're going with it. So the sun, there are plenty of golden opportunities out there. There are many, 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 many. So the alien in this card, in this deck, is the Hierophant, or the Hermit, rather. And he talks about, because, the Hermit is about going within, basically, and going on a spiritual, well, not so much a spiritual path like the Hierophant, but calling in, you know, connecting with your spirit basically, and it's like calling yourself up in a way, going within and calling within to help you bring the answers, you know, to fruition, to bring them to you. Because I feel, and there's this sense here that you've blocked that, or you're not doing that. It's like you're not allowing yourself to receive the answers that actually you're getting. It's like you're not seeing these opportunities as opportunities. It may be because it's like they've come together, so there seems to be some sort of blockage in there. Like maybe it's like, so I'm going to turn them up the right way, because that's obviously your block, or maybe you're blocking it, maybe you're thinking or feeling somebody else is blocking it, and maybe they do have a contribution to that, in the sense that they're sending you energy or ideas or thoughts that are kind of like making you question things that are going on in here. But the fact that they you know, there's this, I'm here seeing, like, you know, these first three cards is like that's where you are now, and it's kind of like for a lot of you, not all of you, but not to let this stuff, you know, other people, other energies block you or stop you from making up your own mind, basically. That's where I'm going with that. So I'm going to turn them both up that way, okay, for you, up the correct way. So it shifts the energy into what you want to do. So here's the Five of Cups and the Four of Wands that's come out as well. So the Five of Cups, there's usually something to do with, you know, self-pity, or, you know, with, you know, that sort of thing, and feeling like everything is not going right and what have you. But then we have the Four of Wands, which comes up, and it talks about, okay, we're going back to the cups. Yeah, and so this is about consoling yourself. You have all the tools and the energy. This is going back here, so not letting, because I kind of like, what I feel like is they're telling you where you can, some of you where you are now, and what you need to do, or what you could do, just suggesting and encouraging. But then the alien is like, in the the sun is just showing you actually, you know, what you're like, turning it or helping you turn it around to see what is there. So with this and moving through this, you know, this Five of Cups energy of feeling like you don't, you know, you can't move, you can't do this, and it's because of this and that. But actually, you know, this is about you making a decision to get the frack out of that energy as well. So then, because then the Four of Wands, you know, comes in, and it talks about, wands is like, there are people, this is about celebrating and, you know, bringing people into your vision or your view, or into yours, that who are going to support your vision. It talks about, I enroll others in the strength of my vision. So this is about, you know, working with people who, or talking to people as well, working and talking to people who have this same sort of vision, that are going to lift your spirits rather than dampen your spirits. So it's okay. So you may need to, and it's about you also learning there to work through your emotions and not let them be the thing that stops you as well. So I really like how these cards have come out together, the Five of Cups and the Four of Wands, as well as this alien and the sun coming out. So they're backing each other up. This is you backing you up as well. But know that these energies or these cards here will back you up as well. So call in on, you know, the spiritual, the angels and the guides that are around, that you know, that are there, that help you as you shift through and move into this new space. It's beautiful. Okay, this is, okay, Pink Sapphire. I didn't hardly shuffle that. So please just know that I do shuffle these cards really well between each read. So this is Pink Sapphire that has popped out. So it's number 44 in the deck. So Pink Sapphire is, no, fours is already, for me, it's about grounding, okay? You know, the fours, and for the fact that it's, there's two, they're 44. To me, that talks about foundation, stability with the fours, and, you know, in direction, in security and directions, basically, but also building that foundation. So you may be creating one, and, you know, and building one for you, your family, or just for yourself and or your family in the future. It may be that you're rebuilding something, or you're building and like a new one for a different phase of your life, or you're adding to it, you know, extending it in some way. But, you know, life changes. So as we change, you know, it's like there's, you know, as we get older and think our children leave home and blah, 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 there's an adjustment period. So I feel like there's some of you out there that are rebuilding your foundations. Like that foundation is, you know, like the kids have moved out of home, you know, you're in retirement, or maybe not so much there yet, but whatever it is, in that sort of way, it's like, okay, so it's now regrouping, reviewing, where to now. Some of you may not have already, maybe you have already done that, but taking the next step, but it's still, there's that, you know, that grounding and grounding and rebuilding of foundation, or updating them. Actually, it's not so much rebuilding, but it's updating them, shifting them and changing them. So pink, so that's obviously something that's really, really, strong around you at the moment. I'm just like going on the internet to find some information about pink sapphire, because I do have some other information in my notes, but because I'm doing this, before I was shuffling them and a gem would pop out, but now and then I'll go and find some information about it. So I found something that I think I quite like. So and then I would write some notes up about it, and then I do. But today it's kind of, or this week I'm doing it slightly differently. Thank God for the internet, hey. So anyway, pink sapphire. So it is well known. It's a well-known symbol of truth, trust, and honesty. It also is one of the rarest colors in a sapphire, and it's still not as rare as the ruby though. So let me see. That's not quite what I wanted actually. So it may be, because I'm doing it this way, it's interesting. I feel like there's something about you, maybe, you know, like doing some research and things like that, or taking your time and looking at something from another point of view, or bringing in something new. So, okay, pink sapphire is helpful to heal emotional wounds and lingering effects of emotional scars, which is kind of really interesting, which is kind of what's coming up. Enhance longevity by increasing the lifespan of your cells. It also helps to become more emotionally developed and resilient. And also helps to overcome undesirable emotional habits, which is kind of in a way what is coming up here. So it's this one will help you break through some limiting emotional habits, basically. And then also where they're going, strengthen your resilience to other people's negative emotions and behavior. It'd be helpful to improve your perception of energies of the body, of the aura, and of therapeutic gemstones. And also helps to enhance the clarity of your dreams, waking experiences, and visualizations. It's a really, as an adjunct to other treatments. So basically, you back that up, basically, other treatment that you're receiving to hold your space, to help clear your space, and all of that sort of amazing stuff there, Leo. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to draw a card from one of the decks here of the angels. So I'm drawing more to go to the collective angels here today. So it's 111 on the clock, 111. So there's something for me. It's there with 111. There's ones usually, you know, that's typically about being one with all. And that state, being one with self. So there's some new beginnings and rebirth, which has popped up in here about shifting into some change within oneself, but also out of oneself, creating it without any, exercise. So maybe exercise, like physical exercise, maybe there and you know, like just saying, is there, but there may be like not just physical exercise as in, you know, physically running or, you know, or whatever it is you're wanting to do. I was going to say jumping, but it may not even be that, but I'm just hearing too, on the other hand, might be exercises in the sense of strengthening your ability to, like doing some different exercise, like with motivation. No, it's not, well, that too, but meditation is where I was going to go. But this is it, yeah, well, with motivation as well, yes, okay, because that was a word that's like on this board that I've got there. So it's your motivation as well. So keeping that momentum, motivating yourself into going to where you're wanting to move. It's just, just picking up something and running with it rather than overthinking it, because it's like that could be the the way that you motivate yourself. Just pick something up and run with it. Right, okay. So the exercise could be writing, okay? It could be a writing exercise. Write something out, writing out your feelings. And we've just been through a new moon phase, so it could be something like that, but not a new moon. It could be the full moon that's coming up at the end of the month, okay? So looking at that. So anyway, where are we going? Is there anything else, Spirit? Is there anything else, Leo? I kind of feel like I want to wrap it up now. So there's something in saying that I kind of feel like that's a message for you. It's like wrap something up, like it's a wrap now. And then, so you can move on to this next phase or into this next phase without too much. Yes, there's going to be some stuff there, but yes, there's going to be stuff in the future. But it's, that's how we grow. That's how we learn. That's how we evolve into, into knowing more of who we are and our own truth, our own honesty, our own morals, ethics that, that are universal in a way. But this is about, walking your walk and talking your talk, being in your truth as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there with you. I kind of feel like, that's as far as I can go this week. And it may be like as far as you can go this week, because it's like, yes, okay, I've got this. I'm going to go, let's go chop, chop. So now that you've got more, this kind of by the end of the week, you'll feel like you'll have more, everything will be more able to, they'll be more able to wrap things up and take this next step. And it may be that you're wrapping things up and taking the next step at the same time. Different things for different ways for different folks as well. So anyway, we leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity in abundance. That comes from myself, my amazing spiritual team, the energy of the Zions, and as well as the Leo energy. So God bless you. Bye for now. We'll see you next Tuesday.